Hello and welcome back. We're on day 10 of Mardini, and let me get into the desktop view. All right, so here's where we ended yesterday, and today's theme is grow. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And what I'm proposing to do is Quartz. So maybe something like that. We'll see. All right, so let's go and create a stop create. Day 10, grow. Dive inside and we'll do a tube. And we'll end caps. Lower it like this maybe. And we'll do a platonic solids. We're going to use something, one of these shapes to be able to cut up our tube here. And we'll use a Boolean. I'm going to change it to intersect. So some shape like that, maybe. Let me get my chat to make sure I don't miss any messages here. Live chat, perfect. All right. All right, so then what do we do next? Let's fracture this. I know this one doesn't have it, like this reference, but there's some fractures that I've seen, or some quartz that I've seen that have fractures in it. So I want to do that effect. And I'll do just ISO offset. Old school way to do it. Let's scatter some points inside. Not that many. And we'll do a grid, a mountain. The grid might be too big. Let's see. We'll test it out. To do 200, 200. And we'll do a copy to points. Down. Points in the left side. All right, and now let's do a attribute randomize. We'll do orient. And we'll use these as cutting planes for the fracture, the Boolean fracture. And let's save. And we could take a look with the exploded view to see what that looks like. Might be too many points. Let's do maybe between 3 and 4. All right, so then with the Boolean fracture, we have inside and outside exterior pieces. So I want to do color transfer, so I could use some of these colors for shading. We'll see how it works. We'll do in color. And we'll keep the exploded view so we can see the inside for now. We'll turn it off if we don't need it. Turn this to black. And I'll put inside pieces. And then put this to white. Outside pieces. And actually we'll merge both of these to let's do it this way. Attribute transfer. And it's lower. We're gonna need more resolution on here, so that's in this Boolean. We'll do this would be just for color because we're gonna probably VDB it, divide. And then the bricker. Something like that, or 0.02. Save. All right, so now if we take a look, okay, we're getting better coloring inside. Now we can mess with the blending, or right here, this amount. put C in here. I'm not seeing like that much difference here. Okay, a little bit better. Let's go back to stage and save it one more time. Okay, and over here I'm gonna just start building materials. No, I applied it to just one. We gotta apply it to the whole thing. So let's take a look. Whoa, what happened there? All right. I don't know why it creates this thing. All right. Okay, so now it's fully applied. We'll do a area light. Okay, and let's check the quartz, the shader. Let's see. Let's do geometry color for now. And we'll put it on the roughness. And transmission to 1. You kind of see what's going on there. Let's actually do an exploded view a little bit. Not that much. Just so you can see the inside. Okay, and let's do something because we have a lot of space here. Let's collapse this here. Let's add another space here and then Control 3. And then we'll put a let's leave it like this. Okay. And we're not seeing anything here because it's glass. Just turn off this for now so you see it. Okay, so then I kind of want the top to be clear. So we're gonna have to add some more color transfers. So we can duplicate this. Let's disconnect. Do a box. Or let's just remove this. So we're using this transfer to do this one here. Oh, okay, I need to add some more points. Let's move it up. And let's remove the outside. And go back to the attribute transfer. All right, and instead of outputting C, because we're overriding it here, we'll remap it. Attribute remap. And we'll do CD, capital CD. And then we'll put mask. And this will be this part. And then we can use, let's see, we could do a mask, another mask here, mask 2. And then we can do the same setup again. We could do an attribute delete. We could delete CD because we're already storing it. And then in here, we'll move this piece here. We'll make sure we have color. Otherwise, it's not getting the blend. Okay, let's organize this. All right, let's save. Go back. And let's take a look at the render. All right, we got some weird stuff going on. Let's fix that. We have geometry color, so let's instead use, hey, what's up, human versus humans? We're doing Mardini day 10. It's grow, but I'm gonna do like a quartz thing. Let's do, it's called geometry property value. And we put in mask. That's our first one. And we'll put it in roughness. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. We gotta do a mask 3. Let's see, mask 2. So now it's kind of blurry on the bottom. And then let's go back and do same stuff here. We'll just do mask 3. Oops. out. And if I take a look at mask 3, okay, so that's the bottom part. So let's go to mask 1 again. Let's add a dome light. Dome. And then let's pick a texture. Okay, that's already looking better. Let's put a black background. All right, let's keep messing with this. Let's go into the quartz and let's get mask. I think mask 3 was the bottom part. And I want to use that with a, let's see. Trying to think. Let's do a displacement. Okay, so we're doing the opposite. Oh, I see. Let's invert those colors straight up in the actual stuff here. So we have for mask 3, we have white here. Let's switch it. And let's go back. Okay. So yeah, now the piece in the bottom has like some displacement. So let's see. Let's do a noise. Okay, and we could raise the frequency. Let's do fractal noise. And let's put the crystal back together. So it's not the exploded view. This. because now we could see it good. And let me put a, for now, in the emission. Let's change the noise of the displacement. Okay, maybe something like that. All right, let's see what else can we do. Maybe we'll add a multiplier to get more control on the amount here. Let's see what happens if we do specular here. All right, so let's do something and go back and V2B this. I'm wondering if I should do it. If it's gonna do it with, I think I should do it after here. So if we go back, right, we'll do a for each connected piece. And we could take a look at the single pass. Right, and then save it. VDB from polygons. .01. And actually we're gonna, just thinking about it now, let's put this on the side. Let's do a VDB smooth. VDB smooth. Not that much. And we'll lower it to 0.005. And then convert VDB back to polygons. We could probably still add more detail too. Yeah, something like that. And then we turn it off and we get all of our pieces. And then now I want to do the transfers. I'm wondering if I can just transfer everything. Attribute transfer. And then just transfer everything, like all the colors. Mask 2 and 3. So if I were to take a look, we got a Python error. Let me save it again. Let me version up too after this. Okay, so we were doing, that's weird, it's not letting me, I'm getting like this error here. Points. All right, let's do something. Let's put a null, see if we can bypass this. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to send a message to side effects for that. I'm not really sure why we would be getting errors. We're just deleting color here, so we have, oh, I'm getting it with all of them. I'm wondering if if I can close this scene, let's save it, then open it again. I'm gonna open another instance. Okay, let's go and open up our project. I'm gonna close this one. Okay, yeah, now it works. All right, so what I wanted to see is the mask attributes. So we got mask 1, mask 2, mask 3. Mask 2 and mask 3 are not much of a difference. We'll have to see what we can change from that. All right. So now our geometry is just a little bit more dense and maybe it's gonna render a little bit better. We are right here. All right, so I kind of want to add some volume inside. So we'll do a ISO offset. And we'll do 250 volume VOP. So I want to add some noise. And we got to go back because we got to put a name for our, we'll put density, and we'll add a curl noise. We'll map position, and we'll add density, and then map this here and this here. Or let's do multiply instead, because add is adding the it's adding it on the outside. So now everything's inside. Perlin, original. Kind of want it more in the bottom. Can I get this noise here and do the same, multiply again? Waiting on Houdini. It looked like it got froze a little bit. Okay, let's do 3. Sometimes when you use the sliders, because it's trying to calculate every single increment in between, it takes too long to calculate and then can cause it to freeze up. All right, let's try this and then let's go back. Not that far back. Let's do a no, and we're gonna output this volume. Copy that. And we'll do another sub create volume. And then we'll do an object merge in here and copy the volume itself. And let's do, there it is. And now in our shaders, we can go into and create a karma volume. And let's assign that into our volume. All right, let's save this. So we're now kind of seeing some stuff on the inside. I think I want to add a little bit more. That might have been too much. I think it's looking okay. Let's add some points in there. So we'll do a scatter on here. It's really weird that it's adding it on the outside. Let's remove the relax iterations. Looks like it fixed that part. Let's make the dots smaller. And what does it say here? Invalid density attribute. Why? Still the same. Okay, so we'll just turn it off. We don't necessarily need it because it's scattering them on the volume itself. So let's do a copy to points just to see our points. Okay, and then we'll do an out for our points. And I guess we can just connect it here. Copy this. Why is this not working? Usually it just works. We got our points and valid no. No, that's correct. See the points there. It's on the second input. Internal. Let's remove this. Maybe something to do with that. Let's check another setup I had for the instances. And I think it was here. What was different from here? Yeah, this is just points as well. Internal, second input. Oh, because they're piping in a SOP create. That's That's probably the problem. Yeah. So we'll do a sphere. I don't know why that doesn't work. And we'll call this points. And we'll do the same quartz, but just put like glass, but we won't add any of the mask or displacement or emission. So just bare bones. All right, so then we're gonna assign our third slot, and that's gonna be our points or instances here. We can just type in points here, and now we have our thing in here instead of saying instances. Put glass. What is this error here? That's fine. Okay, let's render. Let's add some more noise on the bottom. Just add a frequency. What if we just add it on one axis more than others? That looks like it's folding on itself, like melting. Let's do if we do one here. I think we can make the little points a little bit bigger, or sorry, more density in there, so more scatter, something like that. And then we can lower the scale of it to 0.01. So if I move this up, should displace everything. So if we were to animate this, around frame 150, -5. Let's do -6. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time for an animation. So let's stop this for a second. I'm wondering if I could re-instance this entire setup altogether. Let's see if I do an instancer. Right, and then we do, let's just do circle. Lower the resolution or the count. Okay, and then let's save before we might get a crash. All right. I'm not sure what it did here, but it might be working. Let's do attribute adjust float. And let's just put a random, something like that. Let's pin this view here. And then what if we do instead a sphere and we clip it? We clip clip on the y-axis. Right, so we have this going on. Oh, they're like going everywhere. Let's do a quick render, see what. It looks like it's only the volume. Let's bring in this one here. Okay, yeah, it looks like only the volume is being set there, so will this work? No. Yeah, not really sure. Yeah, it's not really orienting how I want it. It's like adding points on the bottom. Probably because we have the pivot in the middle, but that shouldn't be it. Okay, so we are, oh yeah, we're sideways here. Let's bring it like that. Okay. All right. And then if I rotate this, will it work? Yeah. Okay. And then just make sure that we do match size. Over here. So everything moves up correctly. And then now we have all of them standing correctly, and then we can go back inside and see if these will work. Okay, yeah. So now we have now let's turn this off and let's transform this down on y-axis. What if instead of this we do let me see something. Nope. Let's remove these two. And then on the circle, we'll do a remesh. And we'll do a point selection. Soft transform. Did it not work? Oh, there it is. It took a little bit. Let's select the middle part. Yeah, we'll just do one instead. And this whole thing flipped. Oh, and let's make sure. No, this should have been just fine. I'm not sure why the points. Is it the points? Yeah, the points and the volume decided not to move with it. All right, let's turn this off and. Oh, duh. I had changed it on the transform. That was the problem. Okay. If I mix all this stuff in, I'm wondering if it'll be all right. So I want to save this. Let's try it out. We'll disconnect this here. And we'll disconnect this guy here. And I think we gotta make the points smaller. And let's check the volumes too. So we gotta reassign this stuff. So we'll do all these pieces are chunks here. Which actually, because if we change it, put a star here, and then our points are gonna go in there, and then our volume in here. Okay, so let's do a USD ROP after the materials. And we'll name this Quartz 1. Save it. And now we'll go in here and we'll mess around with our global seed. All right. So now we have another piece there. We could do Quartz 2. Save that. Quartz 3. I mean, the volume's going to be very similar, but it's all right. I don't know if we'll notice. All right, let's try and bring those pieces in. Right, and then we have all the pieces here. Let's check out this one. Okay. This one saved just fine. And let's do we have the points here. Oh no, that's not what we want. Let's do another instancer. Let's bring this back up here. Instancer. Yeah, or like shaders go away. Why? It looks fine here, but then when we put it here, it's all gone. Let's see. What does it say? It's not working how I thought it would. I would have thought it would instance with materials and everything, but it might be separating reference. How's everyone's Tuesday going? I guess didn't work. Let's import them as references. Okay, it's gonna freeze up again. I think I overloaded it with the amount of instances I have here. All right, so before we had everything blow up, let's go in here to our hip file is USD. We had these 4 in here as references. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I see. When there, it's weird. It's when it's in references, it's not bringing in our shaders. So let's do sublayer. Now it's bringing in the correct stuff in there, and then I guess we can just merge them together. Let's turn this off. Oh, and gotta make sure this stuff has all the same names. And let's just name it like Q1. Q2. I think this will work. So if I look at all of them, have them separate. The weird thing is that I can't see it. Okay. Yeah, there's something weird. You know what? I'm gonna do that in SOPs instead. What a nightmare to do it here. Let's go in here. We'll merge these guys how we did last time. Okay, and then I'll just transform this and merge it back in. And I wanna match size this. Let's add a floor, and we'll add some resolution here. Soft transform it, and we'll pick out some points here. Something like that. Let's add a mountain. Let's do a subdivide after the soft transform, and let's make the amplitude less. I don't know, something like that. Let's go to textures and put like dirt or rock. Let's do rock instead. Let's try this one, carbon. One by one. Or let's do this time 9 by 16. Nah, 1 by 1. There you go. So we don't have to reposition the camera. And this texture doesn't look like it was applied, right? Maybe it was. I probably, let me see, let me turn off these transforms I had here. Let me just disconnect that. I didn't do anything. Maybe we need to just add UVs. Okay, yeah, I think that's what it was. And our dome light is obviously just so bright. So we're gonna have to do an area light. And we could bring it to the top. Is it facing the right direction? Yeah. Except it's in the wrong spot. Let's see. Bring it up. We could go to the camera instead of tweaking the light. We gotta be on the camera view. And that's too bright. Let's see the displacement here. Oh, it has no displacement. What if we use the base color? Or the roughness? No. Let's remove displacement. Put that to 0. PDB from polygons, and we'll try something out. Oh, we're gonna have to extrude this after. Okay, and then we'll get this here. No, that's not gonna work. Let's just forget about that idea. Let's instead scatter some points in here, middle, do a paint. We're painting on color. Okay, and then we'll do a attribute blur. And we'll do a color before that. Right, oh, and let's make sure we paint over that white part. Attribute blur, and we'll blur CD. And then we'll get a scatter. And then we'll do scatter on CD. So we only got points on that. And we're gonna get a platonic solids. Copy the points. And we'll do an attribute randomize. And we'll do another one for orient. Orient. And we'll do an out. For the crystals. We'll see how it looks. Then in here, no, not in here, in the one before, we'll do the object merge. But we're merging the crystals to the way we want this. Yeah, well, let's not do it on the instancer. Let's disconnect all this stuff because it's getting in our way. Get all this tidy up. And we were gonna do a sub create. Okay, so we got like some pieces on the bottom, and then I want to apply the same shader that we have for the glass, probably. So we go into assign materials, do a new slot, and then we got our sub create 3, which we could just call crystals. Bring in crystals in there, and then we'll do glass, and let's render this. Let's look at the normals. Do a normal. Just lower the cusp angle. And we can add more. Let's go into our material, and I remember I put emission in here. Let's take it out and see what that looks like without it. Yeah, no, that's adding the detail that we need. I'm wondering, okay, let's mark this here. I'm wondering if just changing the light color and then just adding a lot more brightness is gonna fix it. Nah, that's kind of like the way to fake it. And it just brings so much into it. So just adding that for now and there just added a lot of detail that we weren't seeing before. Okay. Let's turn off the render for now and bring back our light. And instead, let's do it like a backlit. Let's see what we got. Let's go back to the camera. All right, and have about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna start wrapping things up. All right, let's delete this. And let's do another area light. Obviously, we're gonna switch it to a sphere. Bring it up. Putting some light right in the middle. Let's add some depth of field. And let's add our focal point. Right there, and But if we add, let's save this and let's add a karma fog. Fog box. Scale it up. All right, let's step out of here. So we need the correct UI so then we can start pushing this. All right, so now let's go back to the camera. Let's look through it. And it looks like our light is not centered. Looks like the chat disconnected for a little bit. Not sure what that was about. And let's do another light. Is this the, yeah, this is the top light. Let's add some color in here. And let's make sure that the angle is even tighter. So the other thing we can add into the quartz is dispersion. And let's turn back that light into white. And oh, and the glass as well. Let's add some dispersion on the glass. All right. I guess I'm gonna leave it like this, and then I think we just render it out. I'm wondering if I should push it down a little bit more, the entire geometry here. Negative 0.1. Let's turn off that fog volume. Maybe we just do it in compositing. And let's see what else we can do. Let's bring back the dome light, see what happens. Let's do a render of this, and we'll borrow stuff from yesterday. Wait, why are these here? These should be up here. Okay. We'll do row. All right, and then change the camera 9, 2000, okay. And we'll render this out. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream so far. We went from 0 to finish in 2 hours. So we're rendering it now. I guess in the meantime, we can take a look at some of the other submissions from today. Put that here on the side. And we'll look at row. ¿Estás aprendiendo Houdini ahora? Sí, es un programa medio técnico, pero gracias por estar aquí y ver el proceso. I think I think this one's gonna win. One of them. This one's great. A lot of detail. Nice. Oh, nice. You finished it. This was Danny earlier. He was working on it on a live stream. That's funny. Oh, that one's good too. Concept wise is pretty cool. Nice. I like this one too. That's nice. It looks like a nice clean setup here. Hello, hello. Let's see um the animation ones. What happened here? Oh. Nice. And in case you're wondering, I'll put the link in the chat so you can see it. This one's cool. Nice. Oh, this one's really nice. Oh, what happened here? Okay, there it is. Oh, he did crystals too. Or quartz. Nice. Uh, that's funny. I'm sure it's going to music, but I don't want to play that while on the stream. Nice, a 3D printed. Cool. And that's it. I think that's all the submissions for today regarding the animation and the images. There's still more time left, So I'm sure there's going to be more people submitting. And then tomorrow is going to be, let's see what tomorrow. Disintegrate. Oh, it's still rendering. 7 minutes in. What else can we do for 7 more minutes? Do you want to see maybe some of the ones from yesterday? Yesterday was GUI. This one's good. Like candle wax. That's a nice render. I like the lighting. I'm still waiting for the render. It's still rendering. 9 minutes in. I think it's all the refractions and reflections. That one's nice. This is cool too. It's like a brush paint. This one's cool. Nice. Like that one. Stretchy cheese. This is the one I submitted yesterday. And I have it on my stream from yesterday. So if you wanted to take a look at how I built this, it's all there. It's mainly VDBs and curves and stuff like that. Nothing too complicated. That's about it for the images. That was yesterday. There's updates for labs. Line and distribution node, I guess. I haven't tried it out. Might try it out. Cool. let's see what I might pick it up halfway sometimes because I put crypto map passes, so I don't think I needed it, but that's probably what it's causing this long render time. So let's look at where the file is, and if it looks clean. No, it doesn't look clean yet. So have it here. I might just remove the dispersion. Let's see. Let's suspend. Let's kill this. And also remove the crypto map passes. And then we said dispersion, both on the quartz. Let's put 0, and then the glass. And let's do a test render. Ooh, what happened there? That's really weird. Let's see something. Oh, I'm rendering with Redshift. No, that's not the one. Karma XPU. Okay, there it is. So I might just render it like this, and then, yeah, I think that's the way to go. So in case you're tuning in for the first time today, I've been doing these every day since it started in March, and here is the entire series that we started with. So it was like plant, then we did this, and I have all these recorded in case you wanted to check them out. Architecture, and we got day 5. It was like environment, miniature, galactic, and then we did explode. Then this one was from yesterday, GUI, and then today is gonna be this one. So let's now just render it how it is here. I think it's gonna render much faster, so we'll set it to render again. Take a look at the scheduler. And we'll just wait for that to load up. And if you wanna, I could show you through how I built this. So it started off with a tube and with a platonic, and then we booleaned it. We added some scattered planes to cut, and we fractured them. We got all these pieces here, and then you can see right here, these are the fractured pieces. And then from there, we're getting the inside pieces and the outside pieces to get colored. So we could use it for the shading. And then in here, we're doing the same thing. We're adding another mask for shading. And we're turning color into an attribute called mask. And we had mask here as well. So we ended up with 3 masks. And then here's another one from the bottom. And then all those masks get transferred over. So if we were to take a look, we can see this is the first mask, mask 2, mask 3 were very similar, but this one had this piece of cracks and stuff. And then that gets also converted back into a volume. And then we added some noise in there to add some blurriness and stuff like that. And then we added some points on the inside. So if we were to take a look at those, it would look like that. Those are like little cracks inside or something like that. We merge all that stuff in, and then we just duplicated all these pieces and rotated them and scaled them. And then on the side, we got a grid. Moved up the center part with a soft transform, subdivided it, added some noise, added UVs, and then in here we painted the area where we're gonna scatter some more crystals. So we just have points in the painted area, and then we copy to points those things here, randomize the rotation and scale, and then everything gets outputted into Solaris, so then we can do all the shading and lighting and all that stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Salim, hope I pronounced it right. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you found this valuable. And it'll be on a replay, so you can watch again if you wanted to. Yeah, if it takes a little bit too long, like if we pass maybe 8 minutes, we're around 450 now, I'll stop the stream and I'll just let it ride. I wouldn't want to keep you guys just waiting here. And then I'll be posting that on the Mardini website, the final one. And probably when it's done rendering, I'm just gonna import it into Cops and add some color adjustments and see what else I could make it, what else I can do to make it look better. But yeah, that's overall the setup that I have. Let's take a look real quick again at that render. So I have it here. It's still processing. It's still trying to get all this stuff like fully rendered. It's still very grainy. All right, we're about to hit 8 minutes, so I'm just gonna let it ride and then just sign out for now. But thanks for sticking in. And are you guys gonna do any of the submissions for Mardini 2026? Just wondering. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna let this render. I'm gonna take a break, and I'll come back to this like in 20 minutes and see how it's doing. But thank you guys for watching the stream, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I think I might stream around the same time, around 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you did want to watch tomorrow's stream, you can log in or just tune in around that time. And I'll send, after the stream ends, I'll put a schedule out for tomorrow so you can get notified if you wanted to. And I'll see you guys on the next video.